Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Today's video is the last in my winter skincare with me series that I've been sharing here on my channel this week. If you missed it for the last couple days, I have shared both a typical morning and evening winter skincare routine. If you missed either of those two videos, I will for sure link them in the description box down below. Feel free to check them out if you're interested. But in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my microneedling routine. Microneedling was something that I finally got back into doing this year, and I have been using the Banish system to do that. And so in today's video, I'm actually gonna microneedle on camera with you to show you exactly how I do it. But before we get into that part of the video, I definitely want to talk about why I'm using this particular system. It is a very easy, straightforward system to use, and honestly, I feel like the user error here is very low. So I like this particular system a lot. Full disclosure, I first heard about Banish when they actually reached out to me via email and asked if I might be interested in trying their product. Now, at the time, I was thinking about going back to trying microneedling anyway, but I was just going to go back to using these roller style microneedlers, which I used to use in the past. But I have since learned that these are definitely less than ideal, and I'm going to show you guys why in this video in a second here. But this Banish system is just incredibly easy to use. So since them sending me the device, I have purchased the replacement heads myself. So this is a system that I am continuing to personally use every single week. I actually do my microneedling sessions every Sunday. I treat Sunday as a little bit of a spa or reset day for myself. So I'll do a foot soak, I'll usually put on some kind of face mask while I'm doing my foot soak. I'll turn on some spa music, just make it a whole situation for myself. It's a really nice way to just kind of reset yourself for the start of the week. But anyway, a part of that weekly Sunday routine is that in the evenings, I microneedle, and I do it every single Sunday. So I only do this once a week. And I can tell you that I have noticed a big difference in my skin. I think the biggest change that I've noticed is that it does help with my hyperpigmentation. I've been using the Banish dark spot corrector with vitamin C and E after each treatment. And when I wake up the following morning, you guys, I have such a beautiful glow to my skin. It's absolutely amazing. And then I tend to maintain that glow throughout the week. So I feel like a once a week treatment with the Banish system is doing my skin a world of good. I think it has also continued to help improve the overall look of my pores. If you are new to my channel, I am 46 years old. I deal with enlarged pores. I have an oily skin type, and I also tend to have melasma flare-ups that are mostly concentrated on my forehead here. My melasma looks pretty good right now, but one of the videos that I actually shared this week is my melasma care routine, which is the video that went up on Monday. So if you struggle with melasma, definitely check that out. But I do think that incorporating this also kind of helps to keep that melasma at bay. And just honestly, the glow alone that I get from doing this once a week is definitely worthwhile to me. Now, you replace these Banish heads here. They're very easy, by the way, to replace. So this is the only waste that you are creating with the system. You keep the handle here. So after 8 uses, you will take out a fresh, head here, and then it's very easy to just attach that. I really like that they have this cover here because this is actually how you are going to disinfect your microneedle device between each use. So after I'm done doing my session today, what I'm gonna go do is head into the bathroom. I'm going to pour some isopropyl alcohol into this cap to the fill line. There's a fill line little marker right here. And then I'm gonna put the head back on here, and I'm gonna let this soak for about 10-15 minutes to disinfect the needles. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pour that alcohol out, let this completely dry, and then I'll put the cover back on, and it's good to go for the following week. So always make sure that you disinfect between uses. Don't just start stamping this into your face and then putting it away. Always make sure you disinfect between the uses. They make it very easy for you. A bottle of isopropyl alcohol is like what, 99 cents on sale? So very cheap, and you don't need a lot to be able to disinfect. So yeah, you guys, this is a very easy device to be able to use. We'll get into it here in a second, but let me show you what I used to use and why the other devices here are just not for me personally. I am very careful in terms of what I do at home. I think it's important to not cause any damage to your skin. And when you're using some of these other devices, there is potential for that to happen. You can cause scarring, obviously. So what I used to use in the past, because they were just so easy, were these roller ball styles here, where you basically just roll this along your skin. But these are less than ideal because the needles here are entering your skin at a lot of different angles. Some of them, yes, will enter the skin straight up and down, but also you've got, because of the curve of this device, you are also entering the skin at different angles as well as you're gliding it across, right? Whereas with a stamper device like this, you are going straight down into the skin, and that's really the most ideal situation. It is going to have much less of a risk of scarring if you're going straight into the skin and creating those straight channels versus coming at it from all different angles. So I brought an apple up here because I feel like this is a pretty good representation of your face, right? So when you're going across the skin, like, you can really see that this is entering at all sorts of different angles as you're going, say, across your forehead, which, you know, for most of us has kind of a rounded shape. So it's just really not an ideal way to microneedle. It can lead to some scarring potentially. So definitely worth keeping in mind if you're using a device like this. I think it's fine maybe to use something like this on your scalp, but I really don't think these are ideal, especially for a delicate area like your face. So if you're still using these, I would say maybe look into something like this where you just have much less of a risk of creating scarring. I have a girlfriend that uses the Dr. Pen device, and I have actually been approached by Dr. Pen a few times to, you know, have them send me their device and then to share my thoughts here on my channel. I have always declined because I think it looks like a very aggressive at-home treatment. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use it if you have it, and as long as you are very careful with the device, I think it can be effective. But honestly, the device just scares me. So some of these heads they have very long needles. So I have one of the packs here. So this is the 36 needle. And when I show you guys how long these needles are, they're also not super thin. Like, and I know that this is uncomfortable for her when she does it because she numbs her face prior, and I'm not doing that. So anyway, these are, guys, these needles are so long. I'm not sure my camera is gonna pick them up, but can you see those? Yeah, that's a pretty good representation. Look how long those needles are, you guys. They are super long. They have a nice grid pattern to them for sure, but when you put this into the, like this, so I'm just gonna, hopefully we'll be able to see, this is gonna go all the way into your skin. Obviously with the Dr. Pen device, it is going to do that with, you know, the top part of the device here, but like this, oh man, like you can see how big those channels actually, you're not gonna be able to see it on this apple here, but you can definitely see where, you know, I stuck it in, and those channels are big. So there is a much greater risk for scarring with something like this if you are not using the device properly. Now, again, if you're using it properly and you can handle the discomfort, you know, obviously go for it, but this is too much for me. This is way too aggressive. And even though they offered to send me the device for free, I wouldn't use it. So there's no point in me, you know, telling you guys about it. I wouldn't use that device. It's a little bit intimidating to me personally, and I'm just very cautious and conservative when it comes to at-home treatments. There's a lot that I do, but I'm very careful with what I do because I do not want to cause any damage to my skin. I don't want to have to pay a dermatologist to fix, you know, my like at-home DIY situations. It's just not something that I'm going to do. So anyway, that is why I don't use either of these two systems. But without further ado, let's go ahead and I'm going to very quickly microneedle with you guys. I'm not planning on wearing makeup today, so typically I will do this in the evening and then go to bed, but you never want to apply makeup or anything like that over a freshly microneedle face. So the device is already disinfected from my last go around. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. On the more sensitive, bony areas of my face, you will see my eyes tearing up. It's not because it's particularly uncomfortable, it's just a reaction that, I don't know, it like triggers tears. So, but I don't find this a painful device. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my cheek here, and I'm literally pressing straight down. You can see I'm using not a ton of force, but I can feel the needles going into my skin. And I'm just going in a kind of, I guess, grid pattern, if you will. It's actually really hard to do this on camera because I can't really see up close. Let me go ahead and grab my mirror here just so I can see what I'm doing. So, sorry, Apple. Okay, oh yeah, this is much better. So go back over here. And you can see you are going straight into the skin. I'm microneedling over my smile lines here down to where those marionette lines will probably someday form. All right, I gotta finish my cheek here though. Let's go back. You can see my skin is turning a little bit pink, obviously, but again, this is not uncomfortable for me at all. I will also go kind of underneath the jawline as well. Okay, now that I've done this whole area, I'm going to move to the other side and just continue. I'm definitely a lot more sensitive, like the closer that I get to my nose area here. It's starting to trigger my tears just a little bit. You can see this goes pretty quickly. It's not like you need to keep, you know, the needles pressed into your skin for any amount of time. This area is pretty sensitive, but I also do it across there. It's definitely a little bit more uncomfortable across my upper lip there. Okay, and then I will typically do my nose as well. So sometimes it's just helpful to kind of hold my nose in place from the other side. Obviously, also make sure that your hands are very clean when you're doing this. And then the last is my forehead, which definitely for me, the most sensitive area. So you'll probably see some tears starting to come down, but it's, again, it doesn't hurt, it just triggers the tears. gorgeous. Ooh. Whew. Ooh, right here, it's a little tender. It's kind of a big bone there. Let's see. Okay. Whew. All right, so you can obviously see that my skin is quite pink and my eyes are watering, but again, it doesn't hurt. It just triggers my tears. So the last thing I'm gonna do is apply the Banish Vitamin C Serum. So I basically just take a few drops of this and I distribute it between my fingers and I press it into the skin. Be very gentle with your skin, especially right after doing this. So my skin is gonna look a little bit red like this probably for a couple of hours here while things settle down. But like I said, I'm not gonna be applying any makeup over top of this. We're just gonna leave it like this all day. I'm not planning on really leaving the house, so I don't need to worry about SPF. And by tomorrow morning, all of this redness will be gone and I will have a beautiful glow to my skin. So I realize it looks a little crazy right now, but it's gonna be fine in a little while. So that's it. All right, I have microneedled now for the week. I'm gonna go ahead and disinfect my, my device here. I will have a link to the Banish system in the description box down below. It is an affiliate link, no pressure. If you don't think that you're comfortable microneedling, definitely don't do it at home. But if you are interested in a very easy system that is, I mean, so effective and so simple to use, I feel like this is one of the best options out there. The needles are so fine, they are so thin. You definitely feel something happening, but it is not uncomfortable. They are not nearly as aggressive as these. I mean, just looking at that just makes me nervous. Anyway, there you go. For what it's worth, I love this device and I hope that this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you guys being here and I appreciate you being on board for this skincare week here. Like I said, check out the other videos. I'll have them linked in the description box down below and I appreciate you being here. Take care. Toodaloo.